Happy Tuesday, Eagles Nation. Welcome to today's episode of Weekly Chirp. Hellmann here alongside Tom Aresco and another L.
Yep.
That's 2-5 over the last 7 games. So,
it's pretty bad.
Definitely looking like a rookie team, rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, young playmakers making mistakes, and we just kind of got piped around by a good Seattle team. I mean, they just kind of dominated. Scored, what was it, 27-15?
I think it was 26-15.
26-15, but I mean, it wasn't that close. I think that's a misleading box score. So
I think it shows a testament to how the Eagles fight and they don't give up.
Yeah, no, I mean that the defense but I just felt like they kind of controlled the game.
Oh, they definitely controlled the game, and they were going to win the game from the minute that the ball was snapped. I mean, it's the Seattle Seahawks. They're a better team than you are.
Mm-hmm.
I applaud people for saying they had a good feeling about the game. They were confident coming in. Because I'm always confident in my team just to see how they play on game day. But at the end of the day, Seattle's a really good team, and us beating the Giants in Week 17 draws teams like Atlanta, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just kind of stinks that the teams that, Washington drew Arizona because they're a first-place team and they stink this year, and Carolina, the same thing, and they stink this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just the luck of the draw year in, year out. It's a year-round, year-to-year league is what I'm trying to say, week-to-week, year-to-year. It's what have you done for me lately, and lately the Eagles are the stellar team in the division, and that's hurting right now, but... you look around and you see that this is a tough schedule. You see that the team's growing, they're improving, they're 5-5. They're not stepping back. It doesn't look like from 7-9. I think that's attainable. I think a couple games better than 7-9 is attainable, and that's what they went last year.
Yeah.
So you have to realize they made a lot of overturn. They have a rookie quarterback. They don't have many weapons. I mean, with everything said, this is a young team that's going to make mistakes, and I think that a lot of people are afraid to say that because they feel like it's an excuse because of what the Dallas Cowboys are doing with 2 rookie players.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, it's just you got to give credit to the Dallas Cowboys. They built around Tony Romo forever, and they finally got it all together. And he can't play, and they go and get Dak Prescott, and he's a really good quarterback. So I mean, at the end of the day, and then obviously Ezekiel Elliott, 4th overall in the draft, clearly a top 10 talent, especially behind a line like that. Yeah. And they knew how to put together a team, and they've had Des Bryant and Jason Witten in there for a while. So it's not just the rookies. They built their team legitimately over the course of the last 8 years or so, and you can really just see how a team's built, and that's how it is. It comes about slowly, and it comes about in a way where you have to develop guys, be patient, and get some talents, and this is year 1 of that.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we have a rookie quarterback just like them, it's a very different situation.
Yeah.
We just got done with a coach, an entire regime, guys drafted that aren't really working out, and they might be going even. I think this was an evaluation year for some of those leftover Chip Kelly guys that got the chance to stick around. They're really not proven to be too good.
No, not at all.
But I mean, Howie Roseman didn't have an answer either at receiver. He traded for Dorial Green-Beckham, who's been a disappointment this season.
I think he was pretty limited though in the offseason what he could do.
Exactly.
With the receivers and whatnot. And I mean, the end game was really trying to get your quarterback, which he did.
Yep, exactly.
So it's really
had to go forward with who he had. So DGB was a good try. Mm-hmm. And look, I'm not saying get rid of this guy right now, but he has some of those lazy tendencies that a guy like Plexico Burress had early in his career, and. Hopefully he would turn out like a Plexico Burress, but a lot of times guys turn more out like they're Billy McMullen. So he's got a lot of work to do, and these young guys, I think a lot of people are ready to give up on guys like Nelson Aguilar and Dorial Green-Beckham, and I don't blame you. I really don't blame people for being down on these guys and things like that. They don't look like they're professional players. I mean, they're 23, but I mean they're not even making plays. Sterling Shepard on the Giants, he's a young guy. He's a rookie this year, and he catches the ball and makes plays. It doesn't look like these guys really worked out, and it kind of just goes along with Chip Kelly and what he did. He brought guys in that aren't really so much Philly players. I mean, Nelson Aguilar. It sucks, but the fans aren't going to change. They're harsh, and it's in his head. Mm-hmm. And he might be ruined here. He might need a change of scenery. It's not working out.
Yeah.
The guy that drafted him is gone. So there's a lot of guys in Philadelphia right now that probably won't remain in Philadelphia much longer, like we've been saying every single video. But look on the silver lining, 5-5 right now, given all the circumstances, about 500. It's probably on par. Maybe we might not even, probably playing a little above what our roster can do. Our defense is really good. We're a good home team. But the Philadelphia Eagles have a home game against the Green Bay Packers on Monday night coming up.
We know they're going to get up for that game.
And there's 6 games left. And there's 4 of them at home and 2 of them on the road.
I mean, 5-1's feasible. It's possible.
Don't stop believing. But don't be upset with this team if they fall a little short of your playoff hopes or any expectations you may have had after a hot start or in the offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, look, expectations are what they are. You know, you expect the team to do something, and if they don't, you know, look at the Sixers last night against the Miami Heat. Miami Heat, they won, and they're what are they?
3-10.
3-10, the Sixers.
Yeah, the Chirp.
And everyone was hyped about the win because you know why? They don't expect much, so any little thing is good, and that's the thing. The Eagles aren't like that. They're the exception to that rule. People have to have every win now because it's 16 games. You don't get many of them. It's a short season. And when you feel like your season's coming to an end, right as everybody else is getting hot and storming toward the playoffs, it doesn't feel good. So you want to see them win. But look, if they do fall short of the playoffs, just keep grinding. We'll be back in the playoffs sooner than later.
Well, I think you got to look at it as, you know, it's just an improvement from last year. I mean, they're 5-5 right now. And you got your quarterback, and you got some young good players.
Long time to get a quarterback after Donovan McNabb left.
Yeah,
and that's.
And we're gonna, we got 6 games left to evaluate some players. You know, Paul Turner gets activated, so you know he'll get his shot, and we're just gonna see what happens. I mean, I'm just trying to think, all things considered. I'm like, the losing sucks. It's annoying and it's frustrating, but like all things considered, you gotta look at it objectively. They're 5-5. In a normal year, you wouldn't be in last place in your division. You'd be in a pretty good spot for a wild card spot. This year, it's not really
NFC powerhouse division.
Yeah, NFC powerhouse division, and it's, you know, there's a lot of just, you know, teams at 6-4, 5-5 anyway this year. So it's just a very weird year at the standings. So I'm just glad we're seeing improvement, and I think this next 6 games are going to be exciting to watch, and I'm just looking forward to it because I know they got something great going on, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And yeah, you're right. You know, it's a crazy year of everything that's going on, but you know, to be a good team in the NFL, you gotta, you know, do what a team like Dallas is doing, just win games, and they're winning every game. Got to give them credit. The Eagles have to be one of those teams that wins games, and it's not 500 at the 10-game mark, you know, and that's what you're striving toward, and you can see that there is improvement. So it's like you said, time to evaluate players. The last 6 games have to be treated as that, as much as they do as a playoff run. I mean, this is crunch time. 6 games left in the season, and you have pretty much, you can control your own destiny. If you win games. And if you have a hot end of the season and go into the playoffs, that would be crazy. But with how this team's playing, I can see the improvement, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see them fall short, and I wouldn't you know, be that upset because you got your quarterback, you got a coach that understands the quarterback position, that seems like he can run a pretty effective football team. It's just about him correcting some mistakes as well, and going back and making sure he has the right personnel, and feeling like Andy Reid a little bit with the. You
are doing a lot of
time's yours. But I mean that's kind of it. You just all in all, we could have just made like, you know, a 1 second video and said it's the process, it's the evaluation period. And that's all. But you know, we want to win too, so got to cheer for wins. But we're looking in a good direction right now.
You know, moving forward, guys. I mean, you know, honestly, right now, I take it 8-8 would be. I'd be okay with that. 9-7 would be good. 10-6 would be spectacular. 11-5, I'd go crazy. So let's just keep the faith going. You know, they're building up something great here. So let's just keep going and
fly
cheer them on. Fly Eagles fly.